Let's make some Rotel cheese grits. It's Tootsie Tuesday and we're gonna be making some Rotel grits tonight. Do y'all love breakfast for supper? Because I do. Quick, simple, easy. It's perfect for these freezing cold nights that we're having in Georgia. And I'm sure there's so many different ways to make Rotel grits, but I'm gonna show you how I make mine, okay? I like these grits. I use a cup of these, and you're welcome. I measured it today before I even started to film because I don't normally measure. And normally if I'm making grits by themselves, like not Rotel grits, I just boil them in the water. But I'm gonna be using chicken broth for Rotel grits. It's just better, trust me, okay? So you're gonna need 4 cups of chicken broth, a can of Rotel, sharp cheddar, and just a little bit of cream cheese. And this is where it's gonna get tricky, okay? If you don't wash your grits, don't wash your grits, but I'm gonna wash mine. My ex-mother-in-law showed me this years ago and I have never went back. When you see what comes off of these, you would wash your grits, okay? I don't wanna argue. You don't go in my comments blessing me out about washing these grits. I'm washing them, okay? So I'm gonna dump them in and let's carry them over to the sink and get them clean. And basically there's no method to this either. I just run the water and kind of rinse them like this and then just let the water come out. You'll see how dirty it is and the little stuff that floats on the top. And I just do this until that water is clear and look good. Here this water is, I'm telling you, clean grits just taste better, okay? Wash your grits. Okay, that's what they look like. And since we're using chicken broth, let's head back over and get them boiling. Okay, I'm gonna use the Swanson, the low sodium chicken broth, and this is 4 cups, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and pour that in and get them turned up to high. And the key to grits, good grits, is stirring them constantly while they're cooking because you don't want them to clump together. And I'm not sure if I told you, but that was 1 cup of grits, 4 cups of chicken broth. I'm gonna be having some bacon. I always cook mine in the oven. It's best that way. And some Kaneka sausage. We love to put this in the air fryer. It is so good. And I've got some biscuits baking now. You're gonna bring your grits to a boil and cook those for about 5 to 7 minutes and make sure that you whisk them often. Got the grits cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and grate up the sharp cheddar cheese. Use whatever cheese you like. I like the sharp cheddar and I like to grate my own. You can buy the bag cheese, whatever your heart desires. And you're gonna need 2 cups of cheese. Also, if you do not have this cheese shredder, I'm telling you, it is a game changer. You saw that was literally like 3 spins and it shredded it all. It has the little suction base, so it's not going anywhere. The big mouth here, so none of the cheese gets stuck inside. I love this thing. It shreds up cheese so easily, and it makes it so much faster. Got all the cheese grated up and ready, and 2 cups is like a general amount. That's a perfect amount, but if you're like us, you like cheese, add more if you want. Remember to constantly whisk those grits. I've never used this. It's the Honey Hog Barbecue Meat Crunch. This is a place kind of local to me out of Fitzgerald that I ordered this from. They're on TikTok. I'll have to look up the name because I've had it for a minute and I keep forgetting to use it. But I'm gonna put it on our bacon tonight. So we've got some spicy, some cheesy, some salty, and I figured that might be perfect on our bacon. So I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle it over the top and pop this in the oven on 400. And I cook my bacon about 18 to 20 minutes depending on, you know, the thickness. Okay, we're gonna get this Kaneka sausage going. Okay, once you've let your grits cook for about 5 to 7 minutes on high, like stirring them rapidly, I turn them off and then I'm gonna add in my other ingredients. I am gonna add some salt, of course Cavender's. Now that we have our grits seasoned, I am going to add a little bit of cream cheese. I love cream cheese in my grits. I think that that's what sets them apart and makes them taste so different. I love it. I don't put a lot. Normally I do like 1/4 of a slice, just a tad bit if I'm making just regular grits, but I could only find the original Rotel today and we don't like spice, so I'm gonna do half of this block, half of an 8 ounce, so that's 4 ounces, just to kind of tone down some of that heat because we're wimps. Let's drop that in while it's still warm and kind of mix this around. I should go ahead and get my cream cheese melted good before I add in the other cheese. Okay, the cream cheese is good and melted, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the Rotel and the cheese. This is a 10 ounce can of the original. We like the mild, but like I said, could not find it, so dump that in. And also you're gonna use a cup or a little more if you want of your shredded cheese. Get that mixed together really good because we're gonna transfer this to a casserole dish. Go ahead and spray our pan and transfer it over. And if you don't like cream cheese, you can use milk. I am also gonna top this with some cheese. Okay, got it all transferred over, and we're just gonna top it with some cheese and pop this in the oven on 350 for about 20 minutes until the cheese is melted really good. Just for reference, I used a pound of cheese, okay? So nothing's too cheesy for us. Use as much cheese as you'd like. Our bacon is done. We're gonna go ahead and pop the grits in the oven. And you already know, we don't waste that bacon grease, okay? We don't throw that out. I'm gonna put it in my little bacon container here, and it does have the filter so none of the pieces go down in there. Look at this easy cleanup. Give that a try. And we like crispy bacon, okay? Mmm. Just a hint of sweet. That's so good. Okay, there you go. That was 20 minutes in the oven. I'm gonna let them sit and rest and kind of thicken just a little bit, and we're gonna taste them. I did not put butter on my grits. I always put butter. I was running my mouth. Anyway, look at my little butter cutter. And last week, one of my sweet followers, friends on here, sent me this and said, Ashley, you have to have this for Tootsie Tuesday. It's a butter cutter. You got a butter cutter? Honey. If you've never had Rotel Grits, give it a try. I'm telling you, it is so good. And there's nothing better than breakfast for supper. These are yummy. 10 out of 10.